back to the cricket.com platform on a Sunday night. You're watching me probably in the most formal attire that we've done in the Watchalong. Somesh is back with a hat. He's back with the hair. We're back with memes and much more. And of course, watching this live proceedings of the Asia Cup final, which is not in India-Pakistan, unfortunately. Sri Lanka versus Pakistan won. And it's going Sri Lanka's way. Dare I jinx it? Gentlemen, what have we been seeing? We saw 10 runs score to the first ball. And then ever since then, it's been
Zeroth ball. Zeroth
ball.
So Madhu Shankar's over reminded me of Zahir Khan's over in the 2003 World Cup final.
Ridiculous. I
Yeah,
mean,
but then obviously,
but Park haven't capitalized. I mean, literally take that ball away. It's 25 for 2 after 5
But you
points.
said it's unfortunately Sri Lanka Pakistan final. But I think it's
fortunately,
Sri Lanka,
the two
Pakistan
deserved
final.
teams, you feel?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
two deserved. I mean, I don't know. Sri Lanka deserves it. I don't know.
Not sure about Pakistan.
Yeah.
Pakistan
but-
after that Naseem Shah heist that they had in Sharjah to propel them, because it ultimately came down to that.
I mean, let's be honest. Is this the reason for this? Is the format ACC sketched up,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and they kind of deserve it.
Deserve it, honestly.
Because if
The first half made no sense. The first round of games.
at least you know what they should have done. The points should have counted from the group stages and carried over to the
I
Super
don't think
4.
I can carry this.
He's bidding the hat in 1.24. Just part of the watch along.
It's too hot in here.
It's too hot in here. And to be fair, we're going to do a lot of things so far in this particular live. I'm saying so far, it's just been like 2 minutes. But like in the time to come, we're going to review some memes. We're going to be, of course, breaking down the last innings of the Asia Cup in terms of Pakistan's run chase, essentially. And, of course, just talk about the best and worst moments that we've seen. So feel free to jump to the comments. Of course, subscribe if you're joining us right now. Really appreciate all you guys watching this. And scan the QR code to visit our website, because there's plenty of analysis if you guys are into those kind of things. Right, before we get the memes out and more people on the stream, guys, how's your weekend been so far? Because honestly, no football has sucked up the life out of me.
Yeah, but it's been it would have been a hectic weekend if India played Pakistan. But
Yeah.
since Sri Lanka are playing Pakistan, it's been a light weekend, and it's fine because we
Are you staying up tonight for the tennis or for the
I think I
final?
will. I stayed up for last night's match between Swiatek and Javier, and
So
it was worth it.
who is it then? Alcaraz versus?
Casper Ruud,
Oh, Casper
and the winner will
Ruud.
become the new world number one. So
And Ruud lost to Nadal, right?
in
the
French Open.
Open.
Yes.
French Open.
Yes.
Yeah, good on them. Anirudh Kasaragod going on three extremes of hairstyles. Yeah,
It's
of course.
like gradual from left.
Like when you're young, when you're slightly
Yeah, mine's kind of
older,
post
and
run.
then when you're closer to the death.
Yeah, Sriram are going on to laugh about that. Appreciate Sriram. Enjoying some cookies and coffee to soak up all of this Sunday action from Dubai.
Hasaranga time.
It is Hasaranga time. It's going to be interesting to see how he kind of deploys his skills out there. By the way, speaking of leg spinners, we've done a fantastic piece on Bishnoi and Rashid earlier on cricket.com decoded. So check that out. It's already on our platforms. But look, it's going to be a good battle, this. Hasaranga versus Rizwan. Rizwan, do you think will play him out?
Do you know his
I don't think they can afford to play anyone out because they've hardly used the power play, despite those 10 wides in the first over.
That's ridiculous.
He has taken 11 wickets in 4 matches against Pakistan. It's just an incredible record he has against Pakistan. I don't know what happens to him when he plays Pakistan, but he's not started this match off well. But so those 4 matches will count for nothing if Hasaranga fails today. So,
but what I feel, Sri Lanka has played this tournament exactly how India want to play such tournaments, but in reverse.
Yeah.
I mean, India end up playing it in reverse.
Yeah,
they start well and they fuck up when there's a important juncture. Sri Lanka fucked up first
But
half.
what have Sri Lanka done so well, according to you? Is it just because of people like Rajpaksa who just are mad people in T20 to have?
See, this strategy has been just to bat aggressively.
Yeah.
Plus, there has been no bullshitting around trusting people and all that. They've dropped Asalanka when they felt he's not working out.
Dropped Asita Fernando as well.
And DDS played a very good knock today. It was a handy knock and it was very beautiful
beautiful
to watch.
When Nawaz bats, he will. And the
Wait, who played a beautiful knock?
The Ranjit Silva, DDS.
Oh, he was there today.
Of course, batting at 3,
he scored that 28 or something, right?
28 of 20.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, so we have
Oh,
I think Gurkirat as well waiting to join.
Yeah, Gurkirat and whoever's
whenever-
watching this, honestly, Ben Brown,
Yeah.
Shivan, feel free to come on. We're honestly having a piss take sort of Sunday in due course with the memes and stuff like that. So we'd love to get your reactions live. And meanwhile, any of you guys watching this right now, feel free to jump on in terms of the comments and let us know what you feel about this particular tournament, this final, if Pakistan or Sri Lanka deserve to win it. Sriram going on to say, no matter what, Pakistan will somehow find a way to bottle. I honestly thought the same thing against Afghanistan, and then they found Naseem Shah to pull the rabbit out of the hat, so to speak, Sriram, but I completely agree with you.
Seems that we can say the same about India on the last 7-8 years in
in tournaments.
ICC tournament.
Yeah, because since 2013, we've been bottle jobs in ICC tournaments, and that's a fair point that Anirudh mentioned. You look at
now ACC tournament as well.
in ACC tournaments as well, which
stop anything that ends in CC.
So India doesn't like 2 C's, but BCCI has 2 C's.
yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, it makes me think that we're actually the South Africa right now.
That is why we do so well against ACB.
Just going on with the names.
Talking of South Africa, another
it is
pathetic batting performance.
Oh yeah, South Africa, England's also going on, by the way, and it's just been like, you win this game, no,
No, I don't want to.
You win this game, no, I win this game. So
you wanna, I want.
I think
they lost 2 days, and there's a chance that the match may end in under
Today
4 days. That's ridiculous.
Now they cannot take a piss out of Chennai track or Ahmedabad track for test to.
It's crazy how cricket and rugby and everything's been played in the UK, but no football.
But apparently, it was a decision of the football.
Okay.
It's not
the FA.
The government gave the go ahead to run the matches, but yeah, the FA, I think EFL kind of
stepped in,
called off the matches because we were discussing what the reason could be.
Exactly. Lots of reasons there. Meanwhile, Pakistan, by the way, 47 for 2, chasing 171. And Rajpaksa had one of the final flourishes that we could always savor.
Like how Gill pulls in front of square. This is like Rizwan's trademark shot.
Yeah, but I mean,
he rolls his wrists.
A question. When was the last time Rizwan hit a boundary in the offside?
Yeah.
Recently, right now. He actually threaded one, I think, of Madhushan or someone else.
But
that was also through.
Yeah.
Maybe that is one of the reasons why he just does not get out at all unless he kind of throws his wicket away.
Yeah, but it makes it very easy to plan against him, right?
And once again, 23 of 25 is not. It's not a great start by any means, even if you're
and plus,
anchoring.
Look, all India fans, rather Kohli fans, would be looking at Rizwan's score and be like, "Get out before 50, you sick." I won't say the explicit, but he needs exactly 28 to eclipse Virat in terms of most runs.
But okay, what is Virat going to achieve out of top scoring in the Asia Cup?
Nothing, but you know how
they've gone home already.
I think more than that, it's between him and Rajapaksa to be the player of the tournament.
Yeah.
Rizwan and Rajapaksa or Virat and
Rajapaksa? No Virat. No, I mean Rizwan and Rajapaksa, and right now Rajapaksa is like way ahead.
Yeah.
If Sri Lanka are gonna win this tonight, Rajapaksa is definitely the man of the tournament.
And the thing with Rizwan as well, barring Pakistan fans, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not like he's setting the world on fire, but he's getting the job done. And that kind of really gets in the skin of other rival fans, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Maybe. I think he cannot, he won't fit into any other T20 side in the world because maybe Sri Lanka, but Nisanka is a similar kind of a batter. But
Pakistan? He's already in Pakistan. West Indies?
West Indies, no. But now they've moved on from Shai Hope, right? They have Brandon King and who's that lefty? The all-rounder. The guy who scored a double 100. Kyle Myers,
yeah.
So they have...
Yeah. So we were having a chat with Dan Weston earlier today, and he said that Joe Root might fit very well in West Indies if they replace him.
He said Joe Root might fit in any other team apart from England.
No, not really any other team. He said some other teams, and two of them were Pakistan and West Indies. West Indies if they replace him with Roshan Chase.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, that Dan Weston program is going to be coming out on Tuesday, 8 p.m. So subscribe. It's going to be Wrong Ones with Weston. Brand new show, of course, going to be lots of it as well in the build up to the World Cup. Oh, there's some little bit of rivalry going on there in the scheme of things.
Are they trying to become
and Rizwan,
the fourth best rivalry in Asia?
But if there's anyone who's going to start a fight from Sri Lanka, it's going to be Chamika Karuratne.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He's like, the man on edge.
So we want Chamika Karunaratne to be bowling to
So who's
Asif Ali.
So who's Pakistan's
Asif
Chamika?
Ali.
Asif Ali? Oh yeah, of course. Against Farid.
But I've never seen Asif Ali lose his temper
Against
before that.
Oh, before that.
I don't know who. Does anyone in this Pakistan team pick fights? I don't know. They're all transformed and they don't. Rizwan kind of embodies what this team is about.
Yeah.
Wholesomeness, and even Babar is kind of, he's
all good boys
talking positively about.
I mean, Pakistan players don't pick fights. No? I mean, they fight among themselves. I mean, they don't pick fights with the opposition players.
Even Hassan Ali tweeted immediately after Kohli scored his century, finally the drought is over or something like that. But it kind of feels weird, to be in this.
But our friend Silly Point, he tweeted before the T20 World Cup, Bumrah will basically meet Babar and say, "Hum प्रार्थना करेंगे आपके form के लिए."
And we have a lot of Babar memes lined up by the.
Yeah, Babar meme review in just a bit. We're probably going to do it at maybe the 10th over mark, now 2 overs from now. Hardik Bora going on to say, your best 11 of the Asia Cup, need to pick at least one player from each team that qualified from the main league. Good shout.
Basically, Babar, we know which Babar we're going to pick.
Yeah, so Babar had.
He didn't qualify for the main league.
No, they did. No, Hong Kong.
Main league as in like he means Super 4 or.
Yeah, Super 4, not Super 4, but Super 6.
Super 6.
Okay, we'll go. I think Rohit and Rizwan or Nissanka and Rizwan.
But what has Rohit done?
Nissanka scored 250. But
I would actually go Nissanka.
Nissanka and Rizwan will become such a one.
But why not Gurbaz and Rohit, dude? How can you forget Gurbaz?
Actually, no, Gurbaz and Rizwan actually.
But Gurbaz, I mean, if you consider the whole tournament, that's an argument. Yeah, Gurbaz and Rizwan is fair
then
enough.
Kohli at 1.
Kohli at 3. I have to agree.
At 4, Rajpaksa.
Rajpaksa at 4.
At 5, I would probably have
Hardik.
No, I would actually have Mohammad Nawaz.
Oh, but why is the fielder so?
Nawaz can be your 6.
Maybe
okay,
wait.
6. The question is, we might.
Babar Ayat at 5.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, Gurkiat, of course, waiting on the wings patiently. Let's get the Faji on.
Conversation as well, yeah.
And there he is in just due course. Hello, Gurkiat. How are we? Can't hear you, buddy. You gotta put on your microphone.
Wait,
there's always a problem with Gurkiat's laptop. There is always a problem.
Is our speaker on?
Our speaker's on.
That is our speaker.
Can't be sure. Let me check
from the laptop.
You'll be able to hear me now.
Yeah, we can hear you now. It's always that 2-3 seconds of reverb, but then we're back with him.
I really don't know why I have to switch on the mic all the time because I never switch it off when I am switching off the laptop. But it is something that happens all the time.
No problem. So you just joined us in this little chat that we're having about one of the questions asked in the comments, which is the best 11 of this year's Asia Cup. And of course, we can marry the numbers with our selections. So far, we've trickled down to number 5.
Let's start with Gurbaz and Rizwan opening. We have
Kohli at 3.
Okay, but I would sort of disagree. I would have Rizwan and Rohit. Rohit and Gurbaz, not Rizwan.
Yeah, okay.
But Rohit hasn't done much.
No, I mean, he's done his bit, and that one knock was incredible against Sri Lanka.
I know, but Rizwan's been more consistent.
Yeah, but he's been stat padding his way too consistent.
Rohit was decent. Rohit was decent against Pakistan in the Super 4 game as well.
Yeah, that's one game. You can't have one game to put him in the team of the tournament.
But the point is,
we'll take votes. Who are all voting for Gurbaz?
Gurbaz, though, definitely.
Gurbaz, 100%.
Gurbaz, yes.
Okay, so everyone is voting for Gurbaz. Gurbaz is in. Who's voting for Rohit?
I am.
2.
You are also. I'm mixed. I mean.
Okay. No. I'll rather go for Kusal Mendes instead of Rohit.
I was thinking, someone like Mendes or Nissanka.
2 golden ducks.
ये साले vote divide कर रहे हैं. इनका रिजवान आ जाएगा अब.
नहीं रिजवान तो नहीं.
टुकड़े गैंग है ये.
because
two golden ducks.
Kushal Mendes, even though in the last 2 games has been quite poor, but overall against Bangladesh.
I agree with you, Gurkirat. I actually agree with you. And Sriram also says Gurbaz. So Gurbaz is definitely in. Rohit, honestly, Som's just talking out of his backside because he's a bloody Rohit fan. And let's be honest here, I agree with Kusal Mendes. It's actually a good
Yeah.
shout. There's actually a good shout in terms of Petam Nisanka, but
Yeah, Nisanka scored 250s in crucial matches
Yeah.
against India and Pakistan. So kind of, that was
But
what sealed the.
Kushal Mendes played a very good innings against Bangladesh, which was also a must-win game.
That's true. But I mean, if you look at that knock, he had a lot of lives. He had a wicket of a no ball, 2 drop catches, 1 missed run out. I mean, it's again, we can pick out flaws in all knocks, but just that if that one knock, then a couple of golden ducks, it's just.
what did Nisanka and Mendes do tonight? Nothing.
They got out to Naseem Shah and who was the both got out Naseem Shah, I think. No,
Haris Rauf.
Naseem Shah and
Haris
Haris Rauf.
Rauf. Yeah. So Gurbaz is
My
definitely
issue
in.
with Nisanka and Rizwan is that they're a little one-dimensional.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree,
correct.
I
But
agree.
guys are making the team of the tournament and not making X factors or whatever.
So
right?
we're making, obviously, Gurbaz is that
Yeah.
he kind of solves the problem of having a dasher in the up top. So I guess I mean, see, cricketing ability wise you'd pick Rohit, but the
100%.
point is whether Rohit has done enough in this tournament to
be in
justify
the team
being
of the tournament, which he hasn't. I want to see. I love
in
Rohit.
the. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's a
surely.
shot. But outside,
Outside.
yeah.
Impact outside.
Pakistan, by the way, 65 for 2 if you're joining us. 9.2 chasing.
Right, we have still not
171.
finalized the openers. One is Gurbaz and
We're gone for Kusal Mendes.
But 3 Kohli, everyone agrees?
Yeah,
Or no?
3 Kohli.
Three
everyone.
Kohli,
Yeah,
everyone, I think.
Oh,
Kohli,
four.
everyone, I think.
4 Rajapaksa.
Rajapaksa, I don't think there's a doubt.
Rajapaksa 4, yeah, obviously.
Rajapaksa at 4.
At 5, I probably have Babar Hayat.
No.
No.
We have to have one.
We have to have someone.
Why? There's no.
So shall we just?
That's what Hardik said.
So
Hardik
shall we
said.
just finalize?
No, we'll have that left arm spinner.
That's what I'm saying. Ali Murtaza.
Yamin Murtaza.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
Ehsan
yes.
Khan or whoever.
That looks close.
That's impact is the only thing
Yeah.
that.
No umpire score.
Umpire score.
So I would say the more intelligent tactic would be to pick that Hong Kong player first, and then build the team around him because we have to have one Hong Kong player.
So which Hong Kong player are we picking? Ehsan Khan?
Yamin Murtaza.
Yeah,
Why Murtaza?
Why Murtaza? Same here.
Yeah.
He just the way he bowled slow and made life
Which
difficult for
Bangladesh player are
batters.
we picking?
That's a good question.
Shakib? Who
Mos-
really did well? Mehdi?
Mossadegh.
Mossadegh, a good shout. Or Mehmedullah
I think
can back.
Mossadegh.
No. Wait. We have to.
Either
look at the
maybe.
numbers. Let's look at the
Why
numbers.
why not Ibadat? Why not
Yeah,
Ibadat?
but
Hussain?
He played only.
Ibadat did not play.
He played
all
just the
games,
one
no?
game.
Let's look at the numbers.
Yes,
Ibadat.
Ibadat.
Bangladesh played.
That's
Bangladesh played
the man
2
with the
games.
salute, right?
Yeah.
Former
Important.
Bangladesh
Yeah.
Army chap.
He
Let us know in the comments below, by the way. Don't feel that you're not part of this conversation. You are. You're part of all the conversations that we have in the watch along. And we're going to be, of course,
What happened?
showing you the
reviews.
memes as well in just a bit. So subscribe, get involved. We're discussing the best Asia Cup 11 on this year's tournament
And I'm
so far.
just pulling out the stats for Bangladesh.
And right
so
now we've gone
They're
with
pulling out.
Gurbaz, Kusal Mendes, Virat, and Rajpaksas at 1, 2, 3, 4.
just, honestly, it's
Let us know who you guys feel.
scrap, but even
pulling it out.
Mehdi has. I mean, it's very difficult to.
Bangladesh won one
See,
game.
Mehdi
Shakib
was-
had an economy of. Okay, Mossadegh had an economy of. He bowled in 2 overs.
Yeah, you can't pick
Shakib,
Mossadegh.
5.50 economy, 1 wicket.
Can't.
If you want to. Come on.
I would say Mossadegh.
No,
Mahmudullah?
Mossadegh bowled just. Okay,
But
what
he
did you-
batted well, no?
Yeah, we're
No,
picking
I think we are. No. Oh, yeah. Mossadegh is fine.
Mossadegh is
72 runs at a strike rate of 180.
fine. He's been the pick of the
Yeah.
Okay,
best
so
of the bad bunch. Oh,
that is
he's got
his
bat.
bat hitting his boot, I think.
Yeah,
Surely that can't be inside it. No?
but the umpire might see it the other way. But I agree with you. Bat hitting the boot for sure. So, are we all agreeing Gurkirat, Mossadegh from Bangladesh to add into this?
So
Yeah, it's okay. I would have, I thought someone like Ibadat was a good shout. I know he played only 1 game, but in that 1 game he took 3
3
wickets.
for
If I'm not
51, no, but
I
Yeah,
like
but he
your
went
shot.
for-
The only problem is they might be better pacers when we're picking bowlers.
3 for 51, and he kind of messed it up in the death overs.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So if Mossadegh plays, he goes in at number 5 then.
6, let's say 6.
Nawaz
Okay,
at
wait.
6.
No, we can't have all of Mossadegh, Nawaz, Shadab, and all. We have to.
Why not Ehsan Khan? Even bowled at depth.
And bat.
Oh, we need to pick our Hong Kong player as well now. Let's see.
So no Murtaza?
Let's see. See, the problem is every everyone has only spinners who can.
Would you pick that Afghan batter, that Ibrahim Zadran?
No.
Okay, maybe let's start with paying the must-haves. Like we cannot ignore.
Brilliant report. Ehsan Khan has actually done well. 8 overs.
Hasaranga,
Gurbaz.
Based on one game.
Hasaranga, Gurbaz, Kohli.
Right. Okay, wait. Nasim Shah is the number one pick.
Nasim Shah.
Nasim Shah has to be there, or Haris Rauf, or both.
Both.
I think there's no reason to, and maybe we can have Madhushanka as well, the left arm.
Madhushanka or Faruqi?
Faruqi.
No, not Faruqi.
Faruqi.
Why
not Faruqi?
Because he had 2-3 good games. Even though he cost him.
So I hate Hardik.
No, Faruqi had a bad game against India.
I know one bad game, but.
And he also messed it up against Pakistan in the death when it mattered.
1.1 bad game.
What, 2 bad games against India? Come on, you can't let Kohli hit you for sixes like that.
Kohli is the number 3.
What is worse? Being hit by Nasim Shah for 2 sixes, or being hit by Kohli for 2 sixes?
Nasim Shah, what do you mean? So who are the undroppables? Who are the undroppables from Sri Lanka? Who are you picking from Sri Lanka?
Rajapaksa for sure.
Rajapaksa is fixed.
Undroppable. Fixed? No, I don't think it's fixed.
Any Sri Lankan spinner we're going for? Tikshana, Hasaranga.
No, not Tikshana, because we'll have
Shanaka.
No.
Are we picking Kusal Mendes as an opener?
See, here's an interesting thing. Apart from Rajapaksa,
I'd like to pick him.
Yeah.
Who?
Kusal Mendes he's picking. Rajapaksa we're picking. I'm saying Hasaranga for sure needs to be there, bro. Today's 36.
Yeah, I mean,
I would
always pick wickets.
I
He
would
always
pick
has
Shadab instead of Hasaranga.
I'd have both.
see
You can have only 11 players.
I
You
know
want to pick everyone.
Shadab and Hasaranga
Yes,
are just 3 dimensional.
yeah, and you want Mossadegh also. And
Except
other
Shadab's
places.
catching is a little dodgy.
Okay, see,
But
the
apart from that, he's
thing
good.
with Sri Lanka is that, except Rajapaksa, they've had everyone chip in every match here and there.
Yeah.
So they're basically being more than the sum of their parts.
And basically,
kind of,
when we're saying we're picking Hasaranga or Shadab, that means we're not picking Rashid.
No, I won't pick
I'm
Rashid.
not picking
I'm not
Rashid.
picking
Cool.
Rashid.
We're leaving Rohit out
Yeah.
for a reason, right? So why put Rashid?
It's okay, fine. I'm just.
Rashid was
And we're not going by reputations. We love Rashid and Rohit, but they've not done that much in the
Rashid
Asia
kind
Cup.
of.
Couple of innings.
did
What
not-
about Najibullah?
So if we have Mossadegh at 5, then we have Hardik at 6.
Should we have Hardik? They had
Hardik
one
also
good
one
match.
good game.
And he played only one match. 2 matches.
I think he was a shitty bowler in this tournament. Apart from the first game against Pakistan, he's bowling really
He
less
was
the team.
fouled
Yeah, he also only played 3 games.
2
out
games.
of 5.
Yeah, but two important games.
2 games,
his
right?
bowling let the team down.
He played only
I
2
mean,
games.
I'm not picking any of the Indian bowlers. Indian bowling
Sri Lanka also,
basically
yeah.
sucked.
Yeah.
So Hardik played 3 games. He had 2 bad games. So can't pick him. In India, Kohli, that's it. I don't think anyone else.
Then I think-
according to me.
Then I think
See, we basically got down to 5.
So basically, from India,
Six, seven.
we're picking only 2 men. I mean, contention
Yeah.
maybe there are only 2 people
Who's the 2?
who we want to be.
Kohli and Rohit.
So Kohli
Right now,
has to be there.
Kohli.
Because
So,
of the
so the
numbers.
bigger deal is the 2 players that we are close to picking from India are the ones we want to them to retire after the T20 World Cup.
Who's the second movie?
No,
Kohli,
Kohli and Rohit.
Oh, okay.
How's movie?
So no
who's
other
your-
Indian player comes to mind? Yeah,
So then
actually,
who's your number 6? Is your number 6 is Shadab? If 5 is Mossadegh?
Shadab Hasaranga. Shadab is my number 7. Hasaranga is my
Hasaranga
6.
6 is too high for Hasaranga.
I'd be tempted to have Shanaka at 6. I think. Just because
Yeah,
of
I was coming to that because Shanaka
Maybe
is
he
a
can be
better
the captain. He can be the captain.
yeah,
Yeah, good
right.
shout.
He's there. Shanaka can be 6 and captain. Why not?
Yeah, it's actually a good shout. So that
So
means
then
no Mohammad.
7 is
anyone.
Hasaranga.
No, fine.
So
So
7
Gurbaz
is
had his-
But then who's our keeper? We have to go with Rizwan.
Gurbaz.
then.
Gurbaz.
Oh, Gurbaz can be.
Gurbaz.
Gurbaz, yeah.
Gurbaz is keeper, Kusal Mendes is keeper.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, wait. Gurbaz, Kusal Mendes, Kohli,
Yeah.
3.
Rajapaksa.
Rajapaksa, 4.
Yeah.
Who's our number 5?
Mossadegh.
This guy.
Mossadegh.
Mossadegh.
Now it's
Mossadegh.
odd man out.
Mossadegh.
Mossadegh at 5, Shanaka at 6.
Shanaka at 6.
We can get back to
Shadab at
Mossadegh,
7.
I guess.
Shadab
Okay.
at 7.
We
Shadab.
can't pick both. You need Murtuza in the team as well, dude. You need to have one.
Yeah,
out.
Shadab
And
at
yeah,
7.
Murtaza is an
Murtaza, and
opener,
then 3
by the way.
pacers. Obviously.
So your 3 paces are Naseem Shah.
Wait. Hold on.
Fazal
Ehsan
Afzal.
Khan we can pick instead of Murtaza, so it's fine. Ehsan Khan has fared better across all matches,
Yeah.
across 2 matches basically.
And gives us the off spinning option.
Yeah. So, right. Number 7 is who is number 7?
Either
Shadab.
Shadab or either Hasaranga.
Shadab's number 7. Ehsan at 8.
Okay.
Naseem at 9 because he can bat.
Haris Rauf at 10.
Haris at 10, and 11 is
Madhushankar.
Faruqi or Madhushankar.
Right. Who do you pick?
Who's your number 5 again? Who's your number 5 again?
Mosaddeq.
Mosaddeq is number 5, 6 is Shanaka, and 7 is Hasranga.
No, Shadab. Shadab or Hasranga.
Oh, that's a tricky one. Let us know in the comments below, Shadab or Hasranga, who's had a more impactful Asia Cup. But
okay, I'll just tell you, Shadab, the kind of the stinker of a final he's had is kind of kind of weighs his down.
Basically, Shadab will decide after this game. Let's see if he.
No, he won't come to account about it. I'm sure. Is there any news on whether he's been replaced or not?
No.
Concussion sub.
But was it a concussion?
Yeah, of course.
It was.
Okay. Like, what I really don't understand, not related to this 11, is that how is someone like Rizwan averaging 50 in this format? Because see, one thing is, no, you could lack intent, okay, but if you see him play, his stroke play is extremely limited, right? You bowl him on the 5th or the 6th stump, and you lock out his options on the leg side of boundary options. You put a mid wicket and you put a cow corner. You've basically taken away his boundary scoring options, right, by bowling that line and having that field position. How are teams not doing this enough? And how are they letting him score so many runs? And
I think he moves across the wicket as well, time and again. That's the thing.
He does have occasionally he does, have a good back foot punch. And
but it's a fair point actually.
But yeah,
gameplay is actually very limited.
Yeah.
So even right now, I think they're trying.
That's what we were saying, right? He's a massive overachiever in T20s, but again, it's right now again they want Asif Ali and Kushtil to kind of
So just basically coming back to the scheme of things.
We are wrapping the discussion up.
Slightly dopey on this Sunday. The final 11 that we picked, Asia Cup, the CDC, at least 4 of us, is going with Gurbaz to open the batting and wicketkeep, of course, with what's his face?
Kusal Mendes.
Virat Kohli walks in as the invisible captain of this side. Ankujan saying Hasranga can catch a ball. Yes, he can. He certainly can. So Virat Kohli at 3. At 4, Baruka Rajpaksa, who's been arguably the player of the final so far.
And the player of the tournament.
And the tournament as well. At 5, Mosaddeq from Bangladesh, because we had to include a player from each country. At 6, we've gone for Dasun Shanaka, who we feel can captain the side. He's led Sri Lanka exceptionally well, not just in this Asia Cup, but since he's taken over. 7, Shadab Khan, who's right now kind of nursing an injury.
Concussed, I guess.
8, Ehsan Khan, so Hong Kong representative. Off spinner as well, wealth of experience. And we've gone for 2 Pakistan pacers in Naseem Shah and Haris Rauf. And we've gone for some versatility in Fazalak Faruqi / Madhushankar as the 11th/12th man. So let us know if you guys think that is the team of the tournament of Asia Cup. Before we move on and pick the bones about the death overs, let's of course get the memes generated. Akash Sivasubramaniam, if you're watching this right now, please come to the studio because we'll need you for shits and giggles. Not shits and giggles, but shits and giggles. So we will make you comfortable. And of course, whoever wants to jump in can jump in.
And send us your memes, guys. We will feature it here. Yeah. Whatever. It could be a meme you made or the meme you came across on the
internet. He is.
We will feature
the obedient Akash.
And there will be some... And there will be some a lot of offensive memes.
A lot of offensive memes. So of course, there's some disclaimers we're putting out here.
Disclaimers. There'll be jokes about India. There'll be jokes about Kohli, the Queen, everything. So
if you're easily offended, then maybe it's not for you.
Yes.
See, if you're a fan of dark humor, Ricky Gervais, that's sort of.
Just before we shift on to that, I just have one stat. Babar's average this Asia Cup is lesser than Naseem Shah's average with the bat and Shahnawaz Dhani's average with the bat.
Wow. We're a perfect time. Sriram, what's Babar's average form after the tweet?
Is it
what a change of form after
finally,
the tweet. He's got 6. Iftikhar now is pressing the accelerator. Welcome, Akash. Nice to see you the live blog and, of course,
multitasking.
What's the temperature in Bangalore?
Memes on, guys. We're doing a meme review of the Asia Cup. Feel free to let us know in the comments if you guys have seen something funny and hit us up on Twitter. We will show the best memes out there. So let's start with a random mix of selection. And here goes.
Okay, I'll give the context for this.
Yeah.
So basically, Steve Smith, hit a 6 of Nisham today.
Okay.
And right after doing that, he alerted the umpire that there was not enough fielders in 30-yard circle. So the umpire signaled no ball and a free hit. So that's the context behind these this comment, that Smith knows so many rules, but he didn't know that you should not tamper the ball.
It's funny it coming from an account which has Pakistan.
Exactly, honestly.
And India wins because Sachin, everyone has
And also,
guilty of
that's a smart one, by the way. It's a smart cricket
and
meme.
he also didn't know that you can't consult the dressing room for a DRS call.
Seriously, if you know, you know. But good one there to get the show off the flyer. Crazy cricket memes. 3 runs per over. Now this is absolute.
If you know, you know.
Shithousery. Shithousery is the word.
Because this partnership that nobody can ever forget, how Dhoni and Jadhav just dialed it in and just played for not out.
Just had a
They just honestly
proper net sessions in the middle of a.
and even that jersey is like that Indian Oil, Bharat Petroleum.
And
Too tired.
Dhoni
workers.
survived, but that was
Dhoni
that was the
like
final nail in Jadhav's coffin.
They batted like how you how you drive your car when you are running out of petrol, right?
Exactly.
Or
They batted like Rizwan.
they played,
or like Williamson.
or they basically had they thought of this as a job for a government firm that 5 बजे तक तो रहना ही रहना है मुझे तो कुछ तो करूं.
By the way,
Kedar and
Williamson's
Dhoni being told there. Let's move on to the next meme here. Take over this meme because I mean, what to say?
Okay.
Honestly,
Pune, this is a DK kind of a
Bhubanesh.
ironical DK
Bhubaneswar
fan
conceded
account.
19 runs against Pakistan in the penultimate over India, whereas the 18 runs in most important tournament of Afghanistan and single handedly won.
I think Basta made this. If Bhubaneswar, Basta would have made this meme.
Man, people get so creative.
Actually,
honestly, like it was a shit
Can you
game
guys
as well.
just feature the meme for a long? It's a there is a lot of text, so we can just keep it on for a bit more. The same meme, the Bhubaneswar meme.
Yeah, just Sean,
a
just
bit
go back
more.
to that meme. Yeah, thanks. So it goes on to say Bhuvi should learn some art of bowling from DK. Remember now, if you guys remember correctly, DK was given that final over to bowl, which he conceded 18.
Which is one less than what?
Which is one less than what Bhubaneswar, in this case, obviously Bhubaneswar, conceded 19. But yeah, I mean, the creativity of these memes, honestly, is just hilarious. People have literally no time. Now, this is a fake account, and it continued tonight for Babar as well. He just got 5. So 70 all in all in the tournament in 6 innings. And if you were hearing earlier, Gurkirat pointed out his average. Now, this is not actually what Kohli tweeted.
But we wish.
Yeah, if you know, you know. You know, Babar actually reminds me of Nawazuddin Siddiqui over there in Sacred Games 2, where he's been captain.
Now that we've got one Babar meme out of the way, let us,
just keep sticking with the Babar.
Flood the stream with Babar memes, because there are quite a few of them. So
quite a few of the Babar memes.
Yes, next Babar meme, please.
Next Babar memes. We'll get.
That's unexpected.
Well, look at this. Air India. I mean, Air India honestly is bigger than all of them. To be fair, older than them, wealth of experience that Air India has. Versatile, adaptable,
and more wickets also.
Yeah, more wickets, plays in any conditions,
and more intent than Rahul.
Yeah, more intent.
Knows how to take flight.
Exactly.
At the right time.
Exactly. This innings at least takes off.
Yeah.
You know why all of this happens? Because Air India has no carrier. Or no anchor.
No anchor. But yeah, Air India, good on you, man. Because honestly, without you, Asia Cup wouldn't have been anything. Now, this is hilarious, by the way. I was watching the highlights, and it was like 2 blokes I saw in Cubbon Park this morning while I was having a run. Honestly, tu catch kar le, I catch.
I think Asif Ali and Shada were also planning to, trying to do play catch and all.
Except it went wrong.
Catch.
But if you guys saw the catch, then you guys would know this meme. Psychopath 626, us now coming up with this. I mean, not creativity, but just a screenshot, really. But look at how Iftikhar is. I mean, he's just honestly having yoga. He's having yoga.
See, perfect posture, if you ask.
But at least Hassan Ali is at least, getting some catching all right in this ground after all of those.
They're giving catching practice to the wrong person.
Next, move on.
He hardly plays.
Next meme, guys. Next meme.
By the way, sorry, just before we take this meme, 90 for 2, 12.2 Pakistan. Let us know in the comments below if they can win the Asia Cup. We will, of course, talk about the game when it's coming towards the climax of it, but we still have a little bit of time through memes. Coming back to this meme that we want to focus at now. Now, this is hilarious. It honestly is. I don't even have to say anything. It's just so evident. Ball misses the bat by 2 fucking meters, and Mohammad Rizwan behind the stumps. We actually called Mohammad Rizwan Nirishan Dikwela.
We've had to apologize to
like for
Dikwela.
I mean, if literally, if Mohammad Rizwan and Nirishan Dikwela were, PlayStation 5 characters, they would have 100 in terms of voice, appeals, all of those kind of things. I mean, sledges. I mean, we think sometimes Pant is animated. Rizwan and Dikwela, get the fuck out of here. Moving on to the next meme. The king is back. ICT fans.
ICT fans, Indian cricket team fans for those who are.
Indian cricket team fans, and then of course the UK. If you know, you know. And there were so many other horrible ones. We're not going to say it, but we'll leave that one there. This one actually caught my eye. It says big breaking news: if India restricts Afghanistan under 100 runs and chase the target in 6 overs, then both the teams can reset. But 3 hours earlier, which mind you, Somesh and Anirudh, of course, had this joke to share in that watch-along. So you guys can, if you're interested, go back and find that joke in that conversation we had. But yeah, I mean, it's honestly an RCB joke.
No, but thank God they're not in Bangalore. Otherwise, it'll take 2 hours just to reach the airport.
Now, this is why I love cricket generally, right? The fans that we have in the world.
Let's move on to the
time traveler moves the chair, the timeline, Rohit Bhavar Kohli, which is ridiculous.
Have you guys seen that video where they make that meanwhile in 2030 and there is this picture called Kashmir 11 is playing and there are India and Pakistan batting together.
The funniest part of that lineup is Shikhar Dhawan batting at 3.
that one we didn't see that coming. But good memes. Do we have anyone? Oh, we have more. Squid Game fans.
Plenty of.
Bhuvi, honestly, it's felt like this all year at times because he's enjoyed some good pitches in England, enjoyed some good pitches in West
Indies.
Even in India.
And that 0-0-1 is what Indian fans wish he got in the penultimate over while
bowling. Exactly. So, Bhuvi, don't be cheeky and play those Squid Games. Just do your job. Speaking of Bhuvi, there's a lot to take in through here. Wickets. I don't like, I avoid, but wickets like me, I can't avoid. That was Bhuvi early in the part of the tournament, I guess. Then Rohit on the right. So we want to read that?
देख रहा है ना विनोद कोई मुझे रेस्ट लेने के लिए थैंक यू नहीं बोल रहा.
And then Dhoni, of course, doing Dhoni things in the middle.
चलो कॉल नहीं करना पड़ेगा.
You know what? Do you know why this meme came out?
Why is this meme out?
After Virat Kohli's.
Oh.
So after India lost, there's this tweet saying that, a meme saying that Dhoni will now call everybody in the team and then talk to them. So this is like a response after India won against Afghanistan.
Dhoni, by the way, is captain for next year's IPL, right?
Yeah. He's confirmed.
It's confirmed, guys.
Next meme, guys.
Next meme. Let's move on. What's that? Oh, coming back to good kill. He got stuck there. But Arza Zulfikar, ball coming to save me much of the And we've seen this over the years with Pakistan and 2 fielders under a ball. I don't know what it is with them, but it's just meme material. All those years back, I think in Abu Dhabi.
This is a very different kind of 9-11.
And by the way, it's 9-11 today. So Asif Ali being encountered. Going back to the tweet box in all of this, and you can imagine fans say this honestly. Like, that's a great picture. It's almost a rugby tackle, like Russell Arnold said on air.
A friendly rugby
tackle.
Yeah, but I actually feel like the ball has been photoshopped there because you can't go for a.
Speaking of the ball, it's gone way high. And he's gone. Sri Lanka get their 3rd wicket. And Pakistan now needs 78 to 41 to win
3rd wicket for
their Asia Cup title.
And what
the memes.
It's a victory for Pakistan to win
Tosia Cup.
Yeah, Asia Cup, we get it.
For Asia Cup, their key is maybe Nawaz or someone else.
Gurkirat, is this a blessing in disguise?
Of course, but
sorry.
This is a disguise in a blessing.
Sriram R, going on to say that collision catch is vintage Pakistan cricket, badly missing a suicide run-up between both batters. Yeah, I mean, honestly, since Inzamam's retired, I've not seen comical Pakistan run-outs that much.
There was one in the U19 World Cup in 2020.
Yes,
there was.
Against India, Pakistan match.
But since then, I've seen more comical run-outs from India than Pakistan.
No catch drop is going to be as funny as the Ajmal Shoaib Malik one.
All-time
Nothing's going to beat it.
All-time
So-
drop of the century.
The one thing,
No, but
the
like,
one thing,
let's go back to that tweet box thing, Sean, because it just reminds me of this game that we had in like sports star magazines growing up, where they would take a picture of a player or picture of a cricket match and they'd be like, spot the ball. And if they actually had to do it for this
Yeah.
picture, Sean, if you can just go back to that picture
VSML
of
Sports Quiz.
the tweet box one that you put out,
Hello,
where
BS.
Shadab's tackling him. Yeah. So if we have honestly spot the ball, we wouldn't be able to guess to save our lives,
That's right.
which is ridiculous. But I mean, just look.
It looks like
but this has been photoshopped for sure.
Ah.
Look at where Shadab's face ending.
the
It's
quality is so bad that it can't be
vertical line.
photoshopped.
Yeah,
You know, the best part about it is the sponsor behind is gold.
Come on,
Which is-
guys. Next meme.
makes-
Next meme.
Next meme. Let's go to the next.
Can we get some Barber memes though? So
Do we have more memes?
we
I
have
think-
plenty of more memes.
Can we have some
But-
Bauer
Uh-huh.
memes?
you know,
for
the
Advani?
memes. The memes would actually come out today if Pakistan lose. I mean, the
Yeah.
sense of humor that Pakistan cricket Twitter has or Pakistanis have is something which is incredible. So
Come on.
you know, if
yeah.
someone loves
I mean,
memes, they should hope for a Pakistan loss.
all of that
Let's
and the TVs
go,
being
Sean.
broken. Right. This is top. Honestly, this is great. I really want this somewhere in my house as a portrait. I mean, Gurkiya talk to me because Kamran, out of all people,
भाई ये तो मैं सर्च कर रहा हूँ यार ये तो एक नंबर है यार
Mughal era painting of a Pakistani fielder. I mean, just think about Pakistan and their fielding. You can never really associate good fielders straight away, right? You have to really think about good fielders from Pakistan. They've had some sensational slip fielders, maybe in Yunus Khan, people of that. Gurkirat, or running out of Babar memes, or ran out of Babar.
What about that RRR meme? That handshake.
Just try to get it from the Asia Cup memes folder, but it might not be full frame.
or
so
maybe
that's
reach
the
out
only
to
problem.
Advani.
Should I
He
send
must
it
have
to?
Or just send it across.
I'll.
Oh, this is a good one. Oh, look at Naseem Shah. Breakfast mein khata hu bread Nutella. I don't know who.
They actually asked him in the,
Yeah.
I think, one of the
Press
press conference. It's hilarious.
This looks like a Babool toothpaste ad of some sort. You know, Naseem
With the
Shah.
branch behind also.
The brands we had as well. Oh, one of those. What is the other brand that we have of toothpaste with a V?
Meswak, no.
V.
Yeah.
Vico turmeric.
Vico turmeric.
Vico Vajradhanti.
Vico Vajradhanti. One of those.
I'm sending a few memes to Sean directly.
Oh, we've got
Sean,
one.
if you could
Oh
display them.
shit! This is. I nearly read it as Chodu. And
No,
this
so you have to give.
This is hilarious, by the way. Some context to this meme. Basically, I think the umpire was what's the Indian guy, man?
Anil
Chaudhary, and I think Rizwan
went up for a review.
went up for a DRS, and Babar was like, "You're not gonna ask me, bro. What is? Send it to me," says Sakshi. So you can send all the
Yeah.
news to her and they will reflect
And
it.
that's why the Babar, this thing is there.
But yeah,
It's like, मैं क्या करूँ, job छोड़ दूँ?
छोड़ दूँ. This is perfect, honestly. Hassan Ali after seeing Shadab. I love this meme because Akshay
You know,
Kumar-
this meme should be used for Hassan Ali after seeing Pakistani Pacers get injured. Because had there not been those 2-3 injuries, he wouldn't have gotten a game.
But honestly, Gurki, do you think Hassan Ali actually is like Akshay Kumar a little bit like this? I mean, the fact that you can actually laugh for other players dropping a catch rather than him getting all the slack.
There's one similarity. Both are very patriotic.
Both are very patriotic.
But have you seen this movie? Deewane Hue Pagal.
Yeah.
So I'm just forwarding.
Okay, let's go for
Yes.
another one before handshake. 11 and 20, 119 and 55. After handshake, it's been abysmal. I don't know what.
And add to it 5 from today.
Five today.
Five today as well.
So his after handshake average is 19,
11.
3, 5, 38 and what, 6?
He scored less runs than Virat Kohli has in one innings.
Wow.
That's
Oh, yeah.
The Kohli curse. Please don't get cursed by Kohli. Please don't get.
By the way,
praised.
one second. Dhananjay De Silva coming on to bowl right now. Jim Moriarty, guys, whatever you use a broadcast, they keep covering Indian cricket on the eve of
That is
Pakistan.
ridiculous. That's why we are watching
Yeah,
on mute.
yeah. Yes, I agree
As
with
should
you.
you.
Jim,
Oh, that is
that's,
false with the
4.
Oh,
saves.
brilliant stop there. Absolute sensational. It's going to be very crucial to see how Pakistan go about their chase from there because Sri Lanka won 120 for 6 in 16 and then they managed to reach 170 thanks pretty much to Rajpaksa. So ultimately they need blinders from 8 is one. Nawaz we saw it against India. They also have Asif Ali, who bats, in the nets for 156s. So they have firepower, but only time will
They
tell.
have
But,
even
but if I
Naseem Shah.
remember, the last year's T20 World Cup match between India and Pakistan happened after the Bangladesh Sri Lanka match,
Yeah.
I think in the evening, and there's no pre-match show for Bangladesh Sri Lanka, nothing. They were covering India Pakistan from the afternoon, and it is just
It's
like kind of
ridiculous.
when you are.
It's the BCCI being the cash cow there, Jim.
And
so,
this is why I'm not a big fan of Star Sports at all. At
Sky
all.
Sports number
And
one.
again,
We
tell
will
you-
honestly love it.
telling you right now, I'm just very
I have
sad
a-
that
I have
Star
a-
got hold of
Exactly.
rights again.
I have a very
for
I have a very simple solution and a self plug over here. If you want good previews, if you want good coverage, you should read cricket.com and watch their
You
content.
should.
It's as simple
And-
as that.
And
There's a
honestly,
reason-
download the app as well, because no jokes. We have everything that you guys want.
Right.
Matchups, for example. Matchups is there. We have comparison tools as well from any player to the other player. We're loading more memes.
And
so
all honesty, no agenda.
Okay,
in
I
favor
just
of
want
or
to
against
ask
any
this.
player.
yeah,
So I want to ask this question to all of you who are watching this. Do you really think that the cameramen are told that the cameramen are told, or it's in their job description, that they have to look for pretty faces in the crowd?
100%.
Yeah.
They have one guy who's designated as that guy, right?
You know how
So-
the director goes?
Oh.
Director goes like,
Oh,
camera 7, do your
tedious.
job. Camera 7.
Exactly.
ये वो बंदा है जिसके पास दोस्त लोग हमेशा आते हैं, यार सैटरडे को कहाँ जाओ भाई, कहाँ एनएसपी कहाँ होगी बताना, अच्छी जगह बताना
right.
भाई, बहुत चिल
We
NSP
are
NSP people
that's almost
wouldn't have understood.
okay, guys. Bring on the
NSP,
memes.
you know NSP?
And
नैन सुखप्रभ।
No way Avnish knows it. No way Avnish knows it.
no
हमने
chance.
लिख ले भाई अपनी डायरी में।
Oh, catch that! Oh, what an over, by the way.
The me-
What an
Oh.
over. He's probably just bowled one over, but he's done a fantastic job. We'll come to this meme right now. Kohli made a century, but we lost the Asia Cup. A small price to pay for salvation.
Not really.
But a lot of people would have agreed with the fact that that's the best silver lining. After India crashed out, that's all they
That's the
wanted.
only
Yes.
silver line.
Only silver
No,
lining.
you're saying that India crashing out is a silver lining. That's
Maybe. 5 overs left, 70 required. Meanwhile, we continue with the memes. Kane Williamson's been having a shocker of a series down under.
A
by the way.
year.
Okay,
I don't know.
Okay, here's a stat on Kane Williamson. Post the 2019 World Cup, or I think in the last 5 years, Kane Williamson's strike rate is lesser than Shea Hope's, and so is his average.
That says something.
About
Because
Shai Hope.
because Shai Hope, even in T20s, he's scoring
Gets a
27
lot
ball
of flack
20s.
Yeah.
But I think what I feel is Kane Williamson has got the
I
Joe Root
don't-
syndrome, because whenever Kohli, Smith, and Williamson were at their peak, Joe Root was going through his trough. When his peak came, others were going through his trough. Now it seemed like Kohli is back in the groove, Smith is back in the groove, and Root is continuing his
Exploits,
peak.
yeah.
But Williamson has now got the Joe Root syndrome.
Okay, guys. Next
But when
meme.
Williamson actually have like a low. Anyway,
Yeah.
Babar Azam after shaking hands with Virat Kohli. Yep, we've all seen this before. Cricket shitpost by even Calligrapher 13. Good job over there. Babar Azam, sorry, honestly, it's not been your year. I mean, not your
Not been your
tournament.
series.
Not
Asia
series.
Cup.
Mohammad Rizwan, 73% of the votes, by the way. Sri Lankan economy, Sri Lanka's bowling economy.
Ouch.
That is a little.
Ouch.
That's
Big.
a little IMF joke that
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know, guys. We'll skip on quickly before we get honestly lambasted by the Lankan fans.
All in light-hearted.
Yeah,
by the way,
all in lightheartedness. All, of course.
We have,
just-
please put out an India trolling meme next so that we
Balance
even
it
it
out.
out. Yeah,
balance it out.
exactly.
Oh, that's 6, is it?
Gone.
That's
No,
gone.
no,
That's
Oh,
gone.
brilliant catch.
Sri Lanka
Finally.
inching closer, ladies and gentlemen.
And catches win matches.
Asia Cup.
Okay.
Remember, Sri Lanka had the most titles after India. So good on Sri Lanka.
Sumesh, look who's taken the wicket.
Oh, the man, Chamika.
Yeah.
The man.
And today
I honestly
also
think,
he had a decent, like his role with the bat was important.
very,
Yeah.
very.
He was an anchor when
14 of 14.
But
They need
at
it.
least Sri Lanka made 2 good changes, right? They dropped
they dropped
Asalanka.
Asalanka and they
Asalanka.
dropped
Ashita Fernando.
But even Madhushan today has just been like really under the radar.
Oh.
3 for 14, 3 overs.
No Nagin.
This one is what, like the DJ
No, he does.
Saved
He
My
does it
Life?
always. He explained that it's just a salute to the fans or something. He
Okay.
did explain
But
it.
where is the Nagin?
Yes. a
So
couple-
Mohammad Nawaz, match losing
Nagin is only for
6,
Nags.
No, Nagin is right in front of him.
which is quite shocking.
Right. We have a couple of more memes.
Couple of
coming.
more memes coming through. Jim Moriarty going on to say, "Oh, we took
We
this
took
one."
this question. Yep.
Appreciate Jim letting us know in the
Wow.
comments below. Good piece of captaincy. This, I think, Sharaka has been
Excellent.
sensational. Honestly, not just today, but like throughout. Even the fact that he's been leading the troops of the bat in hand at times. We saw that Australia series, that miraculous innings that he played. But Sharaka, we earlier said as well, Jim, that he would captain this Asia Cup side, not just because Sri Lanka, of course, front runners to win the final, but we just think he's the most capable captain out
So
there.
we now know who Jim Moriarty is supporting.
Yeah, we do.
Let's hope Sherlock is supporting the same
Now-
team.
Let's take this meme randomly. I don't want to go for it. I'm gonna be
Sachin Loka
tempted.
tweeted, saddened to hear about the passing away of Queen Elizabeth II. I had the opportunity to meet her in person on a number of occasions, and the love and respect that people had for her was heartening to see. My deepest condolences to her family and dear ones. And our favorite, Mr. Chocolate.
Has.
No, his name is some chocolate hazelnut, something.
And
Oh.
Basta, at the rate Basta.
Do you know what you're actually sad about since last?
And by the way, the context is that this was tweeted after the morning of Kohli scoring his 71st,
Oh.
so you can kind of
No,
get the hint.
it's
Mm.
because
Well, why
it's
would that
because
be
he
sad?
didn't
I mean,
he didn't
Sachin
put a
another
tweet out
29
for
seconds.
Kohli.
Oh, because he beat him in that innings bit.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Because there was a stat, remember, I think Sovesh also said live, where Kohli had
Yeah.
522 innings, Sachin
540 something,
523.
yeah.
So maybe
Sachin went on to score 71 centuries, 543 innings. Kohli did in 542.
Mm.
523, 522.
And the
Yeah,
interesting
somewhere.
part is he's played 80, 90 T20s in that, or 100.
Yeah.
So that's still to score runs in T20s is I mean, it's a big
It's
task.
nuts. Guys, okay, fine. Pakistan miracle happening, not happening.
They don't have Shanaka.
But you know, how many times have we seen that this kind of ends in the batting side's favor? In Dubai, especially.
True, but
It's
no
like-
Pollard. No Pollard.
Uncle Jane going on to say games like these make you realize how subpar our bowling is. It does.
True. I mean, India failed to defend 170s.
I don't think they crossed over.
Oh, they haven't crossed over.
No, they haven't.
But
He's
you
just
know-
ball watching.
But this is precisely where this thing, the second inning is one advantage start coming into picture.
Yeah,
One
for
big
sure.
over from here will certainly break the momentum and all. But for Sri Lanka, they'll have to pick wickets in every over.
Yeah.
No, but the run rate is too much that they just have to bowl dot balls at the moment.
No, but one
wickets
second.
will fall.
True.
Is it
but-
wrong to say, generally, in this year's Asia Cup, India the only batting team? I mean, batting heavy team.
I mean, Sri Lanka have done well for sure. They've scored
But
180,
they're more
180,
bowling heavy
170.
team, right?
No. Sri Lanka are batting heavy team.
They are a bowling heavy side, but this time around they have their batting
Batting
has
heavy,
bailed them
yeah.
out like multiple times. So you can't.
So,
And truth be told, that you need some luck, and they got it. I mean,
Yeah.
that Rajapaksa review could have been given out on field. He would have been out then. There was a drop catch, and without Rajapaksa's knock, they would have been at least 20 runs short, if not more.
but they deserve it, guys.
Yeah.
Whatever said and done, they were 5 for 58. Honestly,
I think so, through. I mean, when
staring at a crisis, but to get to 170.
let's also basically acknowledge the fact that they lost the toss and they are in almost like in a 70-30 winning position right now, which could very well change in the
Very well
course of
change.
2 overs. But you have to respect Sri Lanka for the fact that everyone was saying that Shanaka has been winning tosses. That's why they're
Yeah.
chasing blah blah blah.
Basically,
But-
and they've not won a single T20 this year
Yeah.
while batting first.
Yes.
exactly.
So this will be the first win batting first. If they
And
go
What a
on to win.
statement
They
that
were
is.
like 60 for 5, 70 for 5 when Bhanuka got along with Vanindu Hasaranga. And
Yeah.
it's been.
It's
And
been
what a knock
damn good.
Hasaranga played.
So what if Sri Lanka managed to lift this Asia Cup, guys? I'll start with Gurkha.
Short.
Short. Hold on your horses.
Rizwan has
because
finally
Rizwan
connected one.
has his say
But it's.
As Avnish likes to call it at the Gaushala.
at the Gaushala. But Gurkha, coming back to your point, before we get to you, last
meme of the
to
night
review.
coming up.
Let's see if it's a good one. What do we have in store? Since yesterday, yes.
There,
If you guys know, you know. There's so many things which actually comes to your mind about that meme. First, the dude's wearing a Chennai jersey. Secondly, there's that iconic picture of MS Dhoni running out.
No, there's a
This
context
is
to it.
taking a shot at CSK fans, basically,
Yeah.
how they are like,
Yeah.
oh, Dhoni, Rishabh Pant.
No, but there's a context to it, saying like, I think 2 days ago or something on Twitter, it was trending that what you saw, that is MS Dhoni inflicting the run out. What you didn't see him practicing like 5 times before the final ball was pulled. I think it's coming from there. I'm not sure.
It might have come from them. Surely, I mean, MS Dhoni fans, CSK fans, they have a lot to say. Guys, by the way, before I forget, let us know in the comments below in terms of who's going to win this particular game. We're all thinking Sri Lanka, but it could really chase, like Anirudh said. Dubai sometimes is a hard ground to defend, but like Jim pointed out, Chanaka has got his tactics spot on. He's also, I think, just gone for 1 over of Dhananjay De Silva, so the rest of the 4 bowlers will bowl 1-1 over to finish their quotas out. Madhushan has been pick of the lot, 3 for 14 in his 3, so it'll be interesting to see how they go about it. Hasaranga is going to be bowling this crucial 16th over now. I think Sri Lanka at the same stage with 120 for 6 in their 16, and they ended up getting 50. Pakistan needs 60 from the final 4. Hasaranga into this one. There is a man there! And it is, of course, that man, Danushka, who, of course, was a deep mid-wicket, Gaushala, straight down his throat.
Now we can say
The perpetrator of the Nagin
And
dance.
Rizwan,
this is a match-losing knock of the highest order.
Rizwan, match losing, 49 ball 55, never really got going, even though the 6 in this previous ball. But he has, of course, now eclipsed Virat Kohli in terms of the most runs in this year's Asia Cup. So something for him to take back on a personal note. But it's all unfolding very quickly.
Did he just kick?
Yeah. Saw that? Did you see
Sri
that?
Lankan Pakistan fans.
Not kicked, but he was basically.
And again, it's Hasaranga who just has a knack of getting wickets.
Boundary.
Big wickets at times. He got Babar out last time. He's got Rizwan out now. And Pak honestly need a miracle. I think they have Asif Ali coming through.
Now, the
miracle
good thing for Sri Lanka is that Kustal does not play spin particularly well.
Yeah.
And they can get
Asif Ali as well. Asif Ali prefers pace over spin. So it will be interesting to see if we will indeed get.
So there's Hasaranga's 4 balls left.
Now,
Then
I just want to.
Well, guys,
I
one second.
want to come.
Gurkesh, 1 second. In other news, Rizwan just scored what, 49 ball 55?
Yeah.
Zach Crowley has just notched up a 15-40 balls.
Wow.
Best ball
He's playing
Game
52
over
of 40 balls.
Absolutely. Jim, if you're watching the England-South Africa game, let us know in the comments below if you're enjoying that Zach Crawley now.
That's Crawley's.
Ayush Gupta saying this one would not be out. Sorry, Gurkesh, I really apologize. I'll just take this one and come to you. Ayush Gupta saying Rizwan would be not out through this innings to become man of the tournament. Better. Decipher that however you want to decipher that.
Yeah, but he's out, so he isn't the man of the
So
tournament.
there's no
for
deciphering. That's over.
Sure. Yeah, so Gurkesh.
Getting back.
So even though Hasaranga got the wicket there, right? But if you look at his previous over and this over, the only big over that Pakistan have been able to get in the last 3-4 overs was Hasaranga's over, where he flighted the ball up and took that risk and conceded 2 boundaries. Here also he nearly conceded another one. I'm just harping on the point that I keep making every game, that sometimes wrist spinners tend to be over attacking, and in that they risk conceding more.
Two in the same over,
at the
and
same
that's
time,
the match.
when Gurkesh is saying that, he's tossed it up again, and this time
But
it's
this is
Hasaranga who profits again, 2 for 26. He always, I've just been sounding like a broken tape recorder, guys, that he just has a knack of getting wickets. I saw, of course, for RCB, but seeing him for Sri Lanka
Make
as
that
well.
13 in 5
games
against
Pakistan.
Pakistan. He's still not done yet. He still has 3 more balls.
Basically, Hasaranga is the Venkat.
That's another googly.
Is Shadab, by the way, fit to bat?
Who knows? But what
he was padded up.
people who do this celebration tend to be world beaters, it seems.
Oh, yeah.
Gabriel Jesus, Eddie Nketiah, now.
No. You know the
Hasaranga.
Real person behind it, Neymar.
Not Shamsi.
It's Neymar's.
It's Neymar.
Yeah, it's Neymar's.
Shadab can come out to draw the test, no?
Yeah.
If need be.
But I mean, just how good has Sri Lanka's fielding been this match?
Yeah,
this
so
whole
basically,
tournament?
actually, that I just wanted to mention this, that Pakistan's shoddy fielding was due losing them a game, but it has happened at the very crucial moment. Yeah.
And
In almost every game, their fielding has been below par, except that game against India where they won.
Another thing is that Gunatilaka thing, that celebration was a throwback actually. In Afghanistan game, he had stepped on the boundary, and that was a 6. So I think he's referring to that, saying that this time I didn't.
That's so cool.
So it's
so Shadab has come out to bat, and
interesting.
a wounded tiger, like Imran Khan said, is always far more dangerous. But Shadab, look, he has a batting exploits, but even right now, it's looking really, really unlikely for Pakistan. 60 required of the final 21. And Sri Lanka, for all the turmoil they've been through as a country in the last 6-7 months, even as a cricketing side, the transformation, this will serve them superbly well. Uncle Jane, bookies in Dubai currently. I mean, no one ever first of all predicted that Sri Lanka Pakistan won. No one predicted Sri Lanka to win. But good on you, Uncle. I mean, cricket
But I
comments.
guess,
Here we are, another wicket for Saranga. It is.
but I think this game has
Three
gone.
for and a 36. Is he a man of the match?
I think.
No. Rajapaksa.
But I think they'll end up giving it to him and then give the man of the tournament to Rajapaksa.
That's a fair call, actually.
Because that would.
So what did I say about Asif Ali and Kushal being bad players of spin again?
Oh, yep. Indeed.
So basically, it's not Hasranga picking the wicket, but them getting out.
So if he gets another wicket now, it's 15 wickets.
No, it's basically, this is basically, these are wickets that should go down in Rizwan's and Iftikhar's name more than Hasranga's name. Given how
scoreboard's read that way.
Remember we spoke about that Wasim Akram bingo commentary, but look at what Jim's saying about Showboxers today tagline: brainless captaincy and clueless management. Any cliches you think coming out of Shoaib's mouth?
The best line that, so there are a couple of lines that Shoaib has said which I'll never forget. One was after the 2019 World Cup game where he said हसन अली ने सोचा हुआ है कि उन्होंने सिर्फ 4 ओवर करने हैं, 10 ओवर की बॉलिंग वो नहीं कर सकते, वो वाघा बॉर्डर पे जाके सारा टाइम छलांगे मारते रहते. उन्होंने बोला यहाँ पिच में छलांगे लगाए ना. Hassan Ali is from Lahore, so Lahore is very close to Wagah border. Like, Wagah border पे जाके छलांगे लगाते हैं तो यहाँ लगाए ना. And then there is obviously that line that he said when there was this test match in New Zealand where he said that क्रिकेट से बदमाशी आउट हो गई है, ना किसी के बाल खुले हैं, ना लंबे बाल है, ना शर्ट के बटन खुले हैं, बदमाशी आउट हो गई है. हमारे जमानों में ऐसी विकेट होती ना तो हम खुन्ने खोल देते.
Yeah, man, he's full of cliches that showed, but he still generates the views, the big man. Now, can Hasaranga potentially end the night for 4 for 27? Oh, it was
another googly.
a lure,
but the over that
Rauf
ended the game.
Pretty much.
But I guess this game has gone only one direction after Rajapaksa's knock.
Yeah.
So I think bookies
point
does not.
So I think there could have been a turning point had Pakistan capitalized on the 10 of 0 balls. But
Harsaib saying, good to hear from you this evening. How are we? Hopefully you've had a good weekend. The last thing you'd want to listen to is people blaming the loss of Shadab's first drop catch. Yeah, I mean, see it the way you see it. People will see it differently. People will say that, look, Sri Lanka actually deserved it. Let us know in the comments what you felt, Harsaib. I mean, that will probably give us more clarity.
The momentum was got shifted way before that drop catch.
Do you know what would be interesting? And this is the best plugin for the cricket.com app, where we have that, the prediction possibility. At 58 for 5, what's the chances Crickletic are predicting? 3%, 4%, 5%?
Yeah, I'll search that. Meanwhile, we will say goodnight to Gurkirat and we'll definitely catch him in one of the future watch-alongs.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Gurkirat, didn't really catch your attention there, but loved having you on the show. And catch Gurkirat and Som with Dan Weston, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Don't miss it. Get the notifications. Dan Weston is probably the best T20 mind to pick right now, and these boys have done a stellar job in interviewing him. So episode 1 airs Tuesday. Until then, Gurkirat, we'll see you soon, but good funs and giggles like always. Right, so Gurkirat's off, boys. It's coming down. Anti-climax of a final. Pakistan losing this. Lots of people across the Indian subcontinent would be delighted. I say that because I think everyone wants Sri Lanka to win, given what Sri Lanka has been through in recent times. And I just want to ask the boys here. We, of course, I think we picked Russell Arnold's mind earlier during the IPL
I think
as
that
well.
should be cut off. Yeah.
About Sri Lanka and generally their state of affairs. How much will this Asia Cup win mean for them in the grander scheme of things? Because they're not even qualified for the T20 World Cup. They have to play that qualifier. And it's so bizarre. But will this be the final thing which puts them back on track?
First of all, Banoka Rajapaksa said 3 days ago that we are contenders for the World Cup.
Yeah.
So they are that confident. I mean, you can make fun of it, but it shows they've come a long way from the
And
past.
to be honest
4,
with you,
5
an
years.
Asia Cup winner is contenders automatically, right?
Actually, this was my first conclusion from this win, because now it sets up a World Cup even better.
Yeah.
Because now we have one more contender. It was already, seemed like a very fairly open Asia Cup. Now we can definitely throw Sri Lanka in the mix.
Yeah.
And they will have Dushmanta Chamira back. Don't forget. So they have Chamira, and now I think Madhushanka has kind of
he didn't collect.
Madhushanka has kind of. They have one guy who can bowl 145 right arm swing both ways. One guy who can bowl 145 left arm swing it both ways. Both can do a good job at the death. Hasaranga has that.
And can bat. Chamira can extend the batting.
And they have
also.
a couple of seam bowling all-rounders as well, which India don't, unfortunately.
They do have
Shivam
Dubey and Vijay Shankar if they pick him.
Yeah, Sri Lanka have literally a lot of good T20 cricketers out there, and hopefully it's onwards and upwards for them. And you know what? Asia Cup and generally this time around has given us glimpses of all the teams blowing hot and blowing cold. We saw how India was so strong in that first part of the tournament. Then we saw glimpses of Afghanistan. We also saw Sri Lanka and how they came back. Pakistan, we can never rule out. So do not rule out all the Asia Cup teams. I mean, the Asian teams really for the World Cup, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, that could be.
Shadab going offside.
Brilliant.
And it's honestly, again, it's something that is being highlighted upon all the boys, including Som. The fielding from Sri Lanka, not just tonight, but in the tournament, has set them apart.
Yeah, definitely.
And just think of where they were 18 months ago. They played a T20 series away in England, where they could barely cross 115,
they 116, barely batted 13,
and
14
3
overs.
players got banned for a year. Kusal Mendes and Kunatilaka were 2 of them.
What's been the catalyst? Is it Silverwood? Is it Shanaka?
No, not. I would say it's Mickey Arthur. I think it's Mickey Arthur.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, definitely
he
goes back
put the wheels in
motion. Mickey Arthur took over, and instantly he kind of made it clear that.
But why was he sacked?
He was not sacked. He just went for. I think he went to coach.
His contract got over, and then I think.
But it's a very good redemption for Chris Silverwood as well.
Absolutely, bro.
Unceremoniously sacked from the England job.
I won't say unceremoniously sacked.
He kind of. Everyone saw it coming.
Agreed.
It had to happen because, ultimately, they put a lot of responsibilities on him, made him the head of selection as well, and deciding the 11 and all that. But here he has a very good, very focused role to play. I mean, they've done well in tests as well, beat Australia.
Yeah. And generally, I mean, if you look at Sri Lankan cricket in the last 10 years, we always had those characters like Jayawardene, Sankara, Murli, Dilshan, the names go on. Now we can actually have a good 6-7 household names that people recognize around the world. Your Hasarangas, Rajpaksas, Chamira, someone who, of course, would have lit up the Asia Cup. Shanaka, of course, the captain as well. So Sri Lanka, brilliant stuff. We will just, of course, complete the formalities once they do lift the Asia Cup.
And
unless Naseem Shah
winning the Asia Cup in UAE against this Pakistan side and this Indian side is probably just second to winning the World Cup for a coach, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of the prestige it holds and the magnitude of achievement is just insane.
We have a question from
Harsaib saying, go on to ask us, do you think we'd see change in the opening pairs of both India and Pakistan in the future? Yeah, 100%. It's inevitable. I think India wholesale changes after the T20 World Cup.
The subjective part is in the future.
What is future?
What is the future?
Yeah.
Because KL Rahul was clearly pissed in the press conference when someone asked that should Kohli open, then
exactly.
Job
it's a good point that he mentions there, because look, we have 6 games, 3 against Australia, 3 against South Africa, and 2 more warm-up games before the main tournament starts, which is the World Cup. So obviously for that 8 games and then the World Cup games, so roughly 15 games, nothing will change. Pretty much what we saw from the Asia Cup. Edged in 4. But Pakistan, maybe not, because of Babar and Rizwan, I really think they'll become one of the greatest Pakistan pairs in the pantheon of Pakistan openers. Here's just a random tweet, by the way. Sorry, guys, my bad. It was Rizwan Hussain Lee won the match for Sri Lanka. We agree. Why is that a hashtag Queen Elizabeth? That's just, honestly.
because Twitter then recommends it to
people. Twitter. Salty at times.
40 in of 11, even 11-4 is not going to be in it for them.
So does Twitter come under Commonwealth or?
Yeah, that's a good point.
But damn,
Yeah.
who even saw this?
Who even
coming?
saw this
Who
coming?
even
Sri
saw
Lanka
this?
winning, but we just spoke about how Sri Lanka certainly deserve it, and there's a lot of plaudits which will definitely kind of hit their way in the next 48 hours.
Slow
By the
ball
way,
and
That is a
he's got his fourth wicket
Oh!
here. He's got his fourth wicket here,
and
Madhushan.
Gunatilaka again. No.
And there are lots
Yes,
of man of
yeah.
the match contenders for Sri Lanka. There's
Come on.
Madhushan, there's Hasaranga, there's Rajpaksa. Let us know in the comments below who you feel would be deservedly
Oh,
so.
And
the
also
man
let
of
us
the-
know if you feel Chris
Man of the match.
Silverwood looks like Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
The one before he went to jail, or the
Whatever.
Pre-jail Kevin Spacey, or post-jail. But yeah, it's been fun, by the way, throughout the Asia Cup doing the CDC watch-alongs. There are going to be plenty more watch-alongs in the near future with the World Cup, of course. Maybe not
No.
the South Africa Australia
Jamaica.
ones.
Jamaica.
We probably, if it is a final of sorts, we'll probably get a watch-along and then get you guys involved. But until then, there's going to be lots of content week in, week out, day in, day out. So subscribe and scan the QR code to visit the cricket.com website. Pakistan on the verge of defeat of the Asia Cup. No one really predicted it. They lost against Sri Lanka, remember, against Friday by 5 wickets. They're losing this one at least by 30 runs. And no one would have thought it because Pakistan won the toss. They decided to chase. Chasing in Dubai have been best friends. And now it's like almost Sri Lanka doing what Dhoni did with CSK.
So it's the time we kind of respect the chasing sides too for what they do. Like
sure.
how they say that Finch won the World Cup just because he won the toss.
Yeah.
That
But one
says-
thing for sure, if you're gonna have tournaments in Dubai, I mean you'll have to be prepared for unlikely winners because no one had expected
Hmm.
Australia to win the World Cup
or
and now
CSK
Sri Lanka.
in that
Yeah.
final.
I will go for Hasaranga, change the match with both bat and ball. Yeah, 36 of 21.
Yeah, maybe
I agree
he
with
can
him.
be the man of the match and
Rajapaksa can be the
like
man
our
of the
CJ Woodhouse said, Rajapaksa can be
player
the
of the
player of the
series.
series because there is no one even close coming to that.
I mean, it makes us think about that best 11 Asia team that we made. I mean,
So we have
Yeah,
a
maybe after
Hasaranga-
tonight now Hasaranga pips Shadab.
shut up.
I guess so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
I guess so.
we were talking about Rizwan and Babar. So there's a stat from Anirudh Kasargod. He says in T20I since 2020 till the World Cup, 2021 World Cup that is, Rizwan and Babar's partnership averaged 67.5. So the partnerships were 350s and 500s. However, post the 2021 World Cup, they have averaged 33.4 and have only made 150-run partnership and a 100-run partnership.
That's basically a barber shit show in the Asia Cup.
I mean, yeah. So their
Because
partnership have I mean the runs have
I think they've not
dried up.
played a lot of T20s as well after the
Netherlands
World
was
Cup.
an ODI series.
Yeah, because this year I think before this Asia Cup they've not.
No, 13 innings is still a decent 13 innings is still a decent chunk of innings. So do you think Pakistan will do the unlikely and
that's
make
a
somebody
sweetie
like
time
Fakhar
shot.
Zaman?
Oh, nearly a
come
spectacular
on.
one. And it would have been something because Madhushan would have ended up getting a 5 and Pakistan, meanwhile, can just reduce the deficit much more. 130 for 9. And it's
And
just a
Madhushan is
matter of time.
definitely not going to complain about him not saving the boundary.
Yeah.
Because he would have gone 5 for
It's
there.
a no ball.
Oh, it's a no ball, but it doesn't really matter.
You know what this match needs now? It needs Peter Drury to
Oh, yeah.
call the final ball and
Yeah, if you guys know, you know, Peter Drury,
Oh,
football
man.
commentator.
and I'll say Martindale is washed. Martindale has been so bad for so many years now. He just can't be bothered to put in emotion. So Peter Drury, we miss you. Why did you go to the USA? We miss you, bro.
No, but Martin Tyler, honestly, like with him and Gary Neville, I can't complain. But there's another no ball.
Martin
wide
Tyler
ball, wide ball.
has a
Wide.
very big Man United bias,
Not necessarily. I think even Arsenal games he calls correctly.
and he calls.
It's
like,
just his
as
voice.
if,
It's like someone like a
Saka.
Ravi Shastri. Like he's pretty good. This is basically Hasaranga's over, which saw Pakistan
The over that
capitulate.
changed the game.
Over that changed the game. But what did really
Or
change the game?
basically
Was it just
Fasten the inevitable.
Hasaranga.
was it the last 4 overs?
The Hasaranga Rajapaksa
Partnership.
for sure.
No, even that partnership, 120 for 6, Pakistan could have still fancied it from there, but their bowling was just abysmal.
No, I think that once the catch is dropped, it is just like a spiral because they could never recover from that.
But
So-
when was the catch drop?
No, I'm
What
talking
point?
about the first catch.
149 for 6. Oh,
No, the first one.
Yeah, that
Where
was around
Shadab dropped
90.
it and then he ran and
But that was also after 100 and something, right?
still, they could have still restricted them to say 140, 145, whatever. That
So
would
do you
have been
think getting
easier.
over 150 was psychologically upsetting Pakistan?
Yes. And you could see like
But
power
it's
hitting
really
was very tough
strange,
here.
right? Because they know that they have the chasing game in those two openers. They got off to ideally the best start for 10 runs out of the
one ball.
but they still fluffed their lines. Why is that? Good bowling,
and
scoreboard pressure.
I think the mindset that Rizwan
okay.
brilliant shot.
6.
He's mathematically kept it alive, Hasnain. So, yeah, when they go back to the tactics board, Sakleen, Mushtaq and all of them,
They will promote the number 9, 10, 11 because they have more intent than the openers.
That is what
what cost
West Zone did against Northeast today.
Intent doesn't matter in Pakistan. It's the Jazba.
Jazba.
Yeah. Sorry.
But what cost them? And tactically, were they outdone by Shanaka and crew?
See, the point is, the way Rizwan or Babar bats, they can't win unless they see the side through.
Yeah. So one of them have to bat 20 overs.
And that is that's not going to happen every time.
4 out of 10.
I agree with Ankur completely.
Ankur, go on to say, insane to see the equation now. The horrendous first over from Sri Lanka.
First ball, not even the first over.
First ball, yes.
First ball. Because after that, he bowled a very good over.
Yeah,
11 balls, 12 runs.
It's essentially, it's 129 only Pakistan have scored of 19 overs.
But guys,
oh my God, amazing. The man who, of course, loves the celebration will complete proceedings for Sri Lanka. Kalratne, 1 for 25.
So we have another
player of the
question
tournament, Harsab Singh. We just answered that. Bhanuka Rajapaksa by a mile. Maybe not by a mile because there could be another Sri Lankan bloke there as well. Hasaranga comes close, but he's certainly been a man on the final. Can Kalratne wrap up proceedings? Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
Cross bounce.
And it is officially now, mathematically, Sri Lanka's.
Unless they concede extra.
And
unless they do a Madhushan.
Unless they do an Akshar and Dhoni.
This has that vibe of the 2021 IPL final where Dhoni said to Bravo, just bowl. Just bowl.
Just get it done with.
But guys, can this tournament be Sri Lanka's 96th World Cup?
Oh.
Tough.
It's a good shout.
Can this tournament beat?
B.
Okay.
Like
an encore.
Can they...
Slow ball, straight to the man, is it? No, it isn't.
Which tournament you are saying? The World Cup?
Yeah, 96 World Cup.
No.
Like how they...
Which tournament?
This Asia
like how that tournament turned the corner for them.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
like that.
This Asia Cup
okay,
can it turn?
That.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a very good core now.
Core, like we spoke
So,
about.
at least in T20 is.
ODIs
as well. They just beat Australia, remember, in ODIs just the last month. So.
And they've beaten Australia in tests. They beat Pakistan as well.
No, but the only thing is, can they play well in Australian conditions? Because last
they
time
won that series.
No,
series.
the T20
the
T20 series. Last time they traveled to Australia, they were completely white.
Oh yeah,
they had no chance in that series. So that's where, do they have the power hitting? Now we know.
Yeah.
So I still think that time they were figuring out their roles. And
it was the same bunch of guys who were like
minus Rajapaksa is not there, I guess. So I guess that's the only addition to this team.
Yeah, but Rajapaksa has been a big difference.
Yeah.
See, this year we had the most Sri Lankans in IPL history playing for teams. So such exposure is also, obviously, Rajapaksa made a statement. This is the first time in my life I've seen a power hitting coach.
Yeah.
So they will basically be learning such traits from the IPL and will go back and
and it only helps him, like you said, like if people like Rajapaksa and people like Hasaranga didn't get that IPL exposure and rubbing shoulders with the best, picking people like Faf's mind and stuff is great. And even someone like Chavika Kalratne didn't get the game, he was on the KKR bench. Still just learning from.
And surely Shanaka gets picked next year. Surely Shanaka gets picked next year.
He must be. I mean, there is so much mediocrity.
And now it's like Shanaka, Madhushanka is a left-arm pacer who can bowl quick and sweep.
Rajapaksa and Kohli have had the same strike rate, but Kohli have had 85
But it's about the match-winning knocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Kohli
is essentially...
that's the
one knock.
And Hasnain and Hariswaf has done a Dhoni here.
No, the coming back to the question, I think like Rajapaksha's knock have been like very, very small, but like the bursts that he and the impact that he's created is essentially and much more than what Kohli has done.
Plus knock in every Sri Lankan win.
Exactly, so that says a lot. And then Kohli has been very good, but it has not really come at a stage where India, except the Afghanistan game, it's not come at a...
How do we rate Dhananjay De Silva as a player? He's absolutely brilliant. So I love him in Test cricket, especially when they're playing at home, because he can
T20 is
open
probably
the bowling.
his worst format as a batter.
And Sri Lanka lift the Asia Cup. Colombo, goal, Hikadua, Marissa, wherever you are. celebrate, live this night the way it's supposed to be
Or
lived.
Sydney.
Hamadota as well.
Or
Silverwood claims gold for Sri Lanka, and what a story it's been. Asia Cup 2022. Well, that will go down in the memory in not just in terms of Russell Lal and all the men that we know, but pretty much a lot of cricket fans around the world, and truly well deserved. So let's have a round of applause for Sri Lanka. And let us know in the comments below what you guys thought that was the most impressive part of Sri Lanka's win. The firecrackers are going off. Of course, they defended a total in the boy. Not very often you can say that in terms of cricket and T20s, particularly in that part of the world. But Hasaranga, Rajapaksa, take a bow because you gentlemen have been so good to watch. First reactions, boys, so we can get it clipped up for later. How impressive was this win?
Unbelievable. I mean, to lose the toss, that is, everyone has a psychological feeling that, oh man, we're screwed in Dubai if we lose the toss.
Yeah.
And then to lose both your openers within the first couple of overs, and then get reduced to like 50 for 5, 60 for 5. And then from there, just having one recognized batter, which is Rajapaksa. And then from there, to not just bail your way out of trouble, but counter-attack. Just go that we are going to go down fighting. It doesn't matter if we get all out for 95, but we'd rather aim 170. And when during the halfway mark, I told Akash that it would be good if Sri Lanka could get to 160. He was like, are you kidding? Which world are you living in? But they went on to score 170. And that is purely because,
it's
positive
intent. Rajapaksa playing a blinder. There's of course a tweet box right now. There's plenty of analysis on cricket.com, so check it out in terms of all the stats, data, figures, and whatnot. Just coming back to Sri Lanka's 6th Asia Cup title, because the last time they won this was 8 years ago. So well done, Sri Lanka. What struck you the most? We spoke about the match tonight, but even the tournament, they've done it the hard way. They beat India, they beat Pakistan twice, they beat Afghanistan. They've had some superb chases. You can't point a finger wrong upon their performance.
Right now, in my head, it's the voice of Tony Gregg. I mean, they must be dancing in the aisles all over Sri Lanka. And I mean, it's a good story. It's a great story.
It is.
And ultimately, this is what sport can do.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I mean, who would have thought that a Rajapaksa would provide so much happiness to Sri Lanka in recent times? But that is all what has happened. The biggest surprise for me was they looked like a team that believed.
Yeah.
And I mean, not just, I mean, on paper also, they were not one of the favorites.
So does that come from Shanaka or Silverwood?
Very hard for us to say, but it has happened.
Yeah.
Any which way that would have happened. On the paper also, they did not look favorites after the first game thrashing against Afghanistan.
Was that the reality check, wake up call? When
but they've had wake up calls for the past decade or something like that. But I mean, just that something in them
has clicked.
Yeah, and it has clicked for a while. That first game was an anomaly.
Yeah.
And where the 102 all out like a batch or something.
Yeah, we were mentioning earlier as well the fact that how the 1996 kind of acted as a catalyst in Sri Lankan cricket and took them onwards and upwards. Maybe this team, because it's young and still in transformation, can really take them to the next level. And what a way to finish proceedings with a fantastic Yorker. But Sri Lanka, you've been superb in the night, so well done. And like one of their players mentioned, they're contenders for the World Cup, and why not? They're conquerors of Asia, so they have a real sniff down under later. And with power-packed performers that they have in their side, you can never rule out the men from the Emerald Island. Akash, a quick reaction from you on Sri Lanka. We had a couple of them feature in our team of the 11, team of the tournament. What stood out for you? Was it Shanaka? Was it, like he said, belief?
Yeah, I think a couple of things here. One is Shanaka's captaincy has been brilliant. Field placements, the bowling changes, everything has been brilliant. And even after the first delivery, it's easy to give up and say that, oh, we have conceded 10 of 1, but he went to the bowler and just kept on. And the result immediately was that they picked up wickets, right? So one was that, and the second is, I think they have not had, I wouldn't say they had one hero in this tournament.
Exactly.
They had multiple heroes.
Yeah.
I guess that's a key component for a team winning. And Sri Lanka have shown that even if it's not one person's night, there could be multiple players who can step up and can put their hands up and say that I'm going to win this encounter. I think that's something that Sri Lanka have lacked in the recent years. And this time they're finally having a core or a group that can say that we are a team.
Yeah. And that sums it up perfectly, because I was going to ask the boys, just to wrap up this chat about Sri Lanka, of who their MVP is, right? Because we normally look at sides and we're like, who's their most valuable player? And it's just like what Akash said, because there's someone like Hasaranga, but there's also people like Nisanka and Mendes who contribute to the bat, not to forget Theeksana and even Madhushan who came in. Can we put a finger down? Is it obvious in terms of Rajpaksa Hasaranga as their most valuable player, or do you guys see it differently?
It's actually not obvious, and that's the best part.
Exactly.
Because maybe I would want to say Hasaranga, but then I feel even Bhanuka Rajapaksa's presence has made a big difference, as we have seen.
Yeah.
But then I think about it, the one who's basically the lowest performing, because he contributes with bat and ball so little because of the number of balls he spends. Number of balls he spends at the crease or bowling, is that skipper Shanaka. He hardly contributes, but then he sort of is this fatherly figure who keeps the entire team together. So even that makes him a contender for MVP. Absolutely. There are so many.
Brilliant. Of course, take all your questions tonight. We'll just wrap up with Jim saying, shouldn't Asia Cup win grant them automatic qualification in the World Cup? ICC have a silly rule, just like Euros and FIFA. They should, really, because it's so funny, right? And if people are not kind of getting what Jim's coming from, the fact that these guys have just won the Asia Cup, but they still have to qualify for the T20 World Cup, which will be interesting to see. So it'll probably be the first time in history where Asia Cup winners have not directly entered the tournament as qualified. But Sri Lanka will celebrate this night, and they deserve to. So, look, we'll leave it there. There's been plenty of interaction with you and us throughout this particular shortened watch along, but we've had fantastic coverage throughout the Asia Cup. Let us know in the comments below which you guys thought was the best watch along, best moments, all of that, and we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. It's a goodbye. Have a great week ahead, and more cricket, which is, of course, to be expected on our platforms. Download the app and, of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's a goodbye from Anirudh, Akash, Somesh, everyone from cricket.com here. We'll take your leave.